Hey everybody, I am here with something very exciting. I've got the new 2021 MakseLife planner. I'm so excited. I have been using this planner since January of 2020 and it's made a huge difference for me. So I'm very excited to get the new one. And I'm so excited that this is such a beautiful box. So let's talk about the box first. Last year was Sierra's very first year. She was shipping out in just standard USPS boxes. And this is a huge upgrade from just a standard old box. It's a beautiful MakseLife gray. And I love that the logo is on the front. I'm not gonna show it, but she put the shipping label on the back so the front logo wouldn't get messed up, which is just the very first sign of attention to detail and care that Sierra puts into her products and her design. I love that it's kind of like a glossy, almost laminated type of cardboard instead of like that tough standard cardboard that kind of gets all those scuff marks on it. But another thing that I love is look, live your best life with us. I love that this is on the front flap, and so you are going to see it no matter what. And on the back is the website. So I've already opened it, but I haven't actually like taken things out yet. So I also love the design of the inside of the box. So on the inside, I just love it so much. Okay, you guys ready? I'm so excited. So when you open it, you have this beautiful saying on the front. Look at this, and look at this gorgeous design on the inside. Those dreams look good on you, MakseLife. And look at this beautiful blue. So I'm not gonna flip this over because she hand wrote a little note on the back, but this is just so, I love the colors that they match all of the MakseLife colors. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind, be led by the dreams in your heart, which is a gorgeous quote. I love the fact that all of this packing material is packed perfectly and it's like super flat and it's like really square, which I know seems super duper silly, but I know several people probably don't really care for this type of packing paper, but personally, I absolutely love it. Okay, oh my gosh, are you guys excited? I have no idea what's in here other than the planner. And I see a sneak peek of something that I think I know what it is. I'm so excited. Oh, look. I got the stickers and extra covers. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to open this. Look at these. Oh my goodness. So the cover I chose, you'll see it in a second, is the rose one by Jess from Jessie Park. This was my backup choice, and I can't believe I got both of these as my extra covers. Oh, look at this one, this beautiful MakseLife gray. Oh, it has like a little bit of a texture to it. It kind of looks a little bit like a fabric. Oh, I like that a lot. And then this is just, this hold on to your vision. This one is just beautiful. There are 4 covers to choose from, 2 artist series and 2 in-house designs. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry about the crinkling. Oh, and look, she even added some down there, so it's padded on both ends. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up real quick and then I'll dive into the planner. Okay, so before I get into the actual planner, I wanted to go over the differences in the boxes. And pardon me, I'm just kind of a hot mess today. So this is last year's box and this is this year's box. Last year there was really thick gray lines, and this year the lines are a lot more thin. I feel like the gray is actually a little bit lighter as well. And this is just more of a clean type of look. They're in opposite directions, not that the direction matters at all, but they're both overall an extremely sturdy keepsake box. And I actually have my 2020 planner here. And so when I'm done with my planner, she got really chunky. I'm hoping that she'll fit back in the box. But that is the biggest differences in the box. The Keepsake box itself is just the lines are a little bit different. And this just has a little bit more clean and simple look in my opinion. Okay, so this is my planner for 2021. Look at these gorgeous flowers with all that beautiful gold foil on it. And I think the gold foil is a good touch because it matches this darker gold coil as well. But this is my planner. I'm so excited. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do a brief side-by-side comparison on the changes and upgrades from 2020 to 2021. So you still have the gray elastic band here. I personally don't ever use this, mainly because I never travel with this planner. I mean, look at Bob. Bob is chonky, so Bob does not leave the home. So if I did have to leave the home, this would definitely be helpful, but I personally don't ever use it. So when I've got it on my planner stand, I just always have the elastic band in the back. But the band is still here on 2021. The coils are also the same. So you still have the O-wire coil, and it is still the same color as well, which I actually really like because it's not an overly shiny, in-your-face type of gold. It's more of a brushed gold, and I like that a lot better. All right, so I've already written some notes, so be prepared. We're going in. All right, first thing that you will notice when you get into your 2021 planner is this cover backing page. What is this called? I don't even know. The back of the cover is a laminated instead of this paper here. And so it's got more of a smooth texture. The lines are changed to match the Keepsake box as well. And again, this is a smoother laminated, and this one in 2020 was a paper texture. Okay, so before we get too far into the planner, let's talk paper. So this is the 2020 planner, and I absolutely loved the paper already. It felt really thick. It was 120 GSM, and it was kind of a smooth textured paper. But she managed to make it better. Like, really, how could you make that paper better? But she did. This paper, personally to me, it feels a lot heavier. It has a little bit more tooth to it, but nothing too terribly textured to where I personally don't like writing on it. And so it still is a very thick paper. It still is 120 GSM, but it flips better. Is that a thing? Like, does that make sense? Like, I don't know. It flips better, and I think that it folds and it creases a lot less. Like, I've been kind of messing with this page for the past couple of minutes, and I feel like it's a lot less likely to accidentally fold and crease. And so totally in love with the new paper. All right, so home page is extremely similar. The text and the color has changed just a little bit. So the text has changed just a little bit. The color of the font has changed just a little bit. And then when you get into the actual pages, you don't have a whole lot of difference on these two pages from your 2020. What is the best way to do this, guys? I've never done a side-by-side comparison. And we're just gonna roll with it. So all of the same information is here on these two pages. You do get a little bit of a difference on this page here. These bullet points are colored, whereas last year's were solid gray. So there's just more notes of color throughout the entire planner. And then this is where you get into your compass assessment, the questions that you answer, and you find your little score here, and then you fill in your compass assessment here. And so I tried to read through all of these. I don't believe the questions are any different. I do think that they are the same as they were in 2020. Again, the text is just a little bit different. The text is a little bit bigger, so in my opinion, it's a lot easier to read. And then here you have a difference in these pages here. So you've got your word, all of the information and everything else here is similar than your 2020, but down here is a little bit of a change. Again, it's just this little pop of color, these little pop of colors here. Again, most of the same information here, just kind of rearranged in a little bit different of an order. One thing that they did add that I absolutely love is this page here. So I love that they added this page here. But one thing that a lot of people really struggled with is how to score these areas of life. And so I love the fact that she added this into the planner. Personally, this one was my hardest because I didn't know what was the difference between personal growth versus personal. She actually had a download available at some point, and I know a bunch of people printed it off and stuck it into their planner. So the fact that she added this in means that she listens to the community. She really listens to those MakseLife users, and she really wants us to have the best experience with her products, which I absolutely love. And so this is also an added page. So she added an extra dot grid page here, which I actually really like because when it comes to goal setting, the whole process is extremely intimidating to me. And so I like being able to have some extra space to write down and create a mind map. Here's your annual goals for all 8 areas. And then you have your blank vision boards. So here is where I see the biggest difference. So you can see she just added some more pops of color throughout the entire planner. There were color dots here, but they were so small, I personally couldn't appreciate them. And the fact that she made them a little bit larger, you can tell that the text is also a lot larger and it's slightly lighter in color. In my opinion, this is a lot easier on the eyes, especially with the lighter text up here. But look at this change. How gorgeous is this? I absolutely love that she just made big, huge, bold statements on the cover of every single month. And look what she added. And I just love the style and design of these a lot better. They are more bold and they do have more color, but I absolutely love that it's just much more of a clean look. But I love that she added this page. I will not lie, I'm probably going to take a picture of this page and just keep it forever because I absolutely love it. So I think it's a really great touch. So let's get into the monthly spread. So in 2020, she had, ooh, look how busy I was. All of the numbers of the months were centered, which at the very, very beginning, I actually really liked. It was unique. It had not been done before, but come towards busier days where I had a lot more to write, I did notice that it was kind of just in the way a little bit. And so the fact that she made it right-centered also, because again, the community mentioned it, the community definitely noticed it, and they did mention that they would prefer to have it right-centered. All right, and then you have your monthly goals, and she also added a January for the month. And then she did add this little focus here as well, which is nice to have kind of one focus to just, if nothing else gets done, this is what you want to focus on. So I love that addition as well. And then she also changed the notes and reflections pages. So she did take off the header. Taking off the header created a lot more room, but she went from lined to dot grid pages as well. And so this just gives you a lot more flexibility. She did keep the challenges down here, which I love. I love turning to a new week and seeing a new little challenge as well. Okay, so one of the first additions in the actual planner itself is the addition of weeks. Personally, this doesn't do a whole lot for me. I've never been a planner based off the number of weeks. I know several people that do plan because they know how many weeks are in a year. And if they get to, say, the 40th week, they're like, oh my gosh, I've got to really start crushing on these goals. This is a nice addition for those people, but me personally, I'm not going to need to utilize it. And it does not bother me that it is here. I won't be whiting it out or anything like that either. So personally, one of my favorite changes comes in the horizontal layout itself. I actually really liked the gray lines on these because it gave me, in my opinion, a more separation of days. However, I don't use whiteout. So for those whiteout using people, I could only imagine this drove them mad. So she removed those lines. And one of my personal favorites is the date headers. I was never a really big fan of the big bold M and T and W and TH. And the most prominent thing was the date. The way I work and the way I plan is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not necessarily the date. And so the fact that she changed that header and the whole word Monday is there and it's not any more significant or less significant than the date, I like this a lot better. I feel like it looks a lot cleaner. Another thing that she changed on the horizontal layout is the gratitude heart. So the gratitude heart in 2020 was on the left, and now it is actually positioned on the right. Personally, this never bothered me at all. I think I actually like it better on the left because the way my brain works, everything when you read starts on the left and it goes to the right. And so I like having it here because it reminds me to put something there, and as I write, I'll know that that is gratitude. Whereas here on this side, I could use this last line for gratitude, but I just feel like it's odd to have the heart at the end instead of at the very beginning. It is such a subtle change, but I just have a preference of it being here. So another very subtle change that I am extremely excited about is there's an added line down here. So let me explain. So here's your 2020. Every single Thursday made me a little sad. I felt like Thursday kind of got the short end of the stick. So I felt like every single week, Thursday was just kind of like cut off at the bottom a little bit. You have 2 lines for your gratitude on every other day of the week, but Thursday just kind of got like one and like a smidge. I am not talented enough to where I can write on that tiny thing without having a line to stay on or running off of the page. And so she added a little line down here so it signifies a more definite end of the page. And personally, I think it's going to be a lot easier for me to write down here as well. And so I know it's such a silly little change, but I honestly did not really care for writing on Thursday. With that being said, you have less room at the top. So this is just an example of one spread that I did. I personally don't use a lot of washi in my MakseLife planner, but this is a 10 millimeter washi and I used it just to kind of line the top of the page. Unless you use a much thinner washi, you're not really going to be able to do that anymore because she added the line at the bottom. The top got a lot more narrow as well. But if you are a decorative planner, that might be something to kind of keep in mind. So another thing that has been added is there has been one more habit added to the horizontal. So the 2021 horizontal has 7 habits, whereas the 2020 only had 6. Now, I don't have a vertical 2021 to compare, but the habits in the 2020 were 5 habits instead of 6. And so she changed it, I believe, again, I don't have a vertical of the 2021, but I believe the horizontal and the vertical of the 2021 have the same number of habits in it because that was not the case in 2020. So here's a little bit more of a close-up of those color changes. But there is a little bit of color changes here. The questions, if I read them all right, the questions are the same as they were in 2020, but it's just laid out a little bit different. So you have more even space for each question. And I'll show you what I mean. But you see how you have even spaces here, and then when you get down to here, it's just one line for each of the last 2 questions. But here it's just more evenly spaced throughout the entire thing and it looks a lot cleaner. So I did forget to mention that each month has a different color dots and the dates in the planner match these dots here. I did forget to mention that. So January I actually really like because it's all very neutral and gray and there is not a big difference between this color for January to this color to December. I really do love the new look of the months. Instead of having the 2020 in the background and kind of having like this overlay look, I like that it's separated here as well. Again, it just kind of goes to a little bit more of a cleaner look. The February is in the same teal as the dots. And so there's just a little bit more color there. Here's my opinion on color. Small notes of color do not bother me. The monthly view color does not bother me. The only time color bothers me is when we get into midweek. So here is an example of when that color change midweek is the most noticeable. So you've got red in July and purple in August. And so again, I'm not a decorative planner, so I don't really think that this is going to bother me a lot. But for those people that do decorative planning, I'm curious as to whether they're going to choose a red scheme or a purple scheme or find a happy combo in between. Another thing that has changed is the quarterly compass assessment page. So one thing that has changed is the compass assessment, or the compass wheel, is actually much bigger, which I really like. She did add the Q1. She added the quarter that it was, and she still gave you the instructions up here as well. But I really like that this is a much bigger wheel. And then you still have the same questions and everything down here also. It's just kind of worded a little bit different. Even such subtle changes as the word 3 to begin a sentence instead of the number 3 to begin the sentence. I like the word 3 a lot better. And so there's a lot of really subtle changes throughout this planner that has really just kind of stepped it up quite a bit from the 2020 planner. Another thing that has changed is the way the month boxes are divided. So this is in 2020 when you had that odd 5th week of the month. It was a diagonal line. As you can see, I don't really know where to write my stuff, so I just kind of diagonally wrote it. I think I'm gonna like this change much better because it's more natural for me to write on an entire line instead of having to slant my plans. And so I like this change down here a lot. So these extra pages are much more bold than 2020. So 2020, these calendars were teeny tiny. I am not the type of person that used the date dots, but I know a lot of people use date dots, and these were so small, I don't think the date dots fit on them. And so these not only have really nice pops of color, but the calendar itself is just much bigger. They're more spaced out. Again, I don't use the date dots, but they look like those color coordinated date dots would fit so much better. And I really like the addition of the important dates down here at the bottom. 2020 didn't have that. And so if you had an extra holiday that you were celebrating that wasn't in the calendar, or anniversaries or anything that you needed to remember for that next year, you had extra space down here to write. So I really like that. And then you've got your note pages, 13 note pages. I cannot lie. I created my Bob planner and I added all the extra note pages. And so I don't know how many note pages were in 2020. So I feel like 13 is a really good number of note pages. Another upgrade that I absolutely love is this pocket here in the back. This is the 2020, and it's just very plain. It's kind of a paper. I don't know if it's 120 GSM paper, or if it's like some sort of cardstock paper, but it definitely is a paper. If I wanted to, I could probably tear this in half right now. Obviously, I don't want to, but this one is just much more of a sleek design. It's laminated. It feels really durable and really thick as well, and I love that. So this pocket not only is a much better design. Again, you have these thin, nice MakseLife gray lines, just like your Keepsake box did. It's also laminated, so it's a much smoother pocket, and it feels much thicker. I think that this is going to hold up a lot better because it's laminated. It's got like an extra coating on it. And I love this addition to just kind of add a little bit more design to it. And this year we got stickers. So she is selling also a sticker book that I'll do a quick flip through of as well. but she added some stickers in here, which we did not have in the back of the 2020 planner. And I just love these stickers down here. So I love these stickers down here with all of these sayings and stay curious, trust the process, and all of that. So these are going to be really great for probably my weekly reflections where I'm kind of having a bad week and I just need to slap on a good reminder there. And this is the back planner cover of 2021. You still have this expandable pocket. I don't think I ever used mine in 2020. So, but I do like these pockets. I should probably start using them. I believe it is the same pocket, but the lines have changed and the design is a little bit different. But I do believe that they are the same pocket. So you have kind of your cardstocky type paper here. And then here you have like a, I don't know what material this is, but it's almost like a canvasy, plasticky type expandable material. So this is not paper. So I seriously doubt this would tear and your pocket would bust or anything, but this is the same material as it was last year as well. So there you go. There is my walkthrough of the difference and changes between the 2020 and 2021 planners. I am extremely happy with most of the changes. Again, the color change midweek is really the only one that bothers me, but the other changes I am extremely, extremely happy with. So let's look at my other covers. So this is one of the covers that I got in my box as well. This is a lettering design by Toby Brown over at Call Me Tobes on Instagram. And I absolutely love this cover. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys that I had noticed is each cover has a different stamp on the back. And this is one of those details that I absolutely love. I love that this different stamp is a different color, but it still complements the actual cover itself. And then this is one of the in-house design covers that I got as well with this MakseLife gray and the little rainbow here also. So I'm extremely excited to change covers. So there is going to be a link on the website for an instructional video on how to change the covers. And when you buy the extra covers, they are $10. So when you buy the extra covers, there's also going to be like a little checkbox that you'll have to kind of click saying if for some reason you accidentally ruin your coil, MakseLife is not held accountable, pretty much. All right, here is your 15-page sticker book. This is going to retail for $20 and is also available on launch day. So you have a page of light colored dots. These dots fit within the lines and they will not overlap the lines. And then you have bold colored dots. You also have hearts, which are light color hearts, and darker bold hearts. Also the hearts fit within the lines. These are banner flags. You have two different ends. So this one is the traditional end, and this one is a pointed end. This also fits within the lines of the vertical and the horizontal. And then you have 2 pages of those, traditional banners, pointed ended banners. And then you have your lined banners. You get 2 pages of those. And then you have appointment labels. This fits with 2 lines of the vertical and horizontal. These again are your pointed end banners. And then you get really large page flags, and there's 4 areas of life here. And then the second 4 areas of life here. And then you get little banner flags. These fit within 1 line. You get a bold and a light color. And then you also get a double lined flag. So these flags fit within 2 lines, also a light and a bold. And then the last page are your scalloped areas of life. Okay, so I hope that that was helpful, and I hope that you love all of the changes as much as I do. I did want to say a very special thank you to Sierra and the rest of the MakseLife team for just creating such a beautiful product that has personally helped me immensely in the past year. I've been a planner for the 10 plus years, and I feel like I've gotten more accomplished in 2020 than I have in a very long time. So thank you very much, and thank you for sending these beautiful items to me to go over with all of my viewers. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them down below. If for whatever reason I cannot answer them, I can always get in touch with Sierra, or you can email her over on the MakseLife page as well. Thank you again for sending these things my way. I had a blast going over everything with you. And don't forget, launch is on October 21st. I personally will be picking up my vertical so I can create my Ultimate Planner Bob. And I will also be picking up probably a few more of the sticker books in addition to the one extra cover that I need to complete my set of 4. And in case you guys haven't seen on Instagram or on YouTube, go ahead and go over and follow MakseLife's pages on both of those. They're also releasing companion notebooks. So what the companion notebooks are is it's going to be a set of 4 notebooks with an instruction booklet. And they are quarterly booklets, and it is just purely the goal setting process and the goal setting pages. There's no weekly layouts. There's no monthly layouts. So if you're a brand loyalist and you already found your planner piece in a completely different brand, but you still wanted those extra goal setting pages, these notebooks are a fabulous addition to any other planner. And so they will be listed on the website for pre-order. They won't be shipping out until probably November, I believe. If I'm wrong, I will be corrected on that, I'm sure. But they are going to be $48 for a set of the 4 with the instruction booklet, and they are A5 size, and they are going to be a wonderful companion to any other branded planner as well. So make sure you check those out on launch day as well. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Thank you.